what it's about. That shade. You got clout, let me hear what it's about. That shade. Without a doubt, this that season of a cloud. That shade.
Little baby on the way, I straight excel. Did my mail. I told you, man, I be wilding before I start my podcast. I gotta get my energy up. I told y'all last episode, I still be thugging. I still got a little thug. Still got a little thug in me. Okay, let me stop this minute so we can get to this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Thaddeus Shade. This is the Odd Nerd Podcast. This is the Odd Nerd Podcast, bro. Episode 100. 100 episodes took me a very long time to get to because of inconsistency. And if you know anything about inconsistency, it will fry you if you're trying to get to your end destination. Inconsistency will kill you. Complacency will kill you. Laziness will kill you. Especially if you got like dreams and goals, aspirations, things that you want to do in life. It'll take you down, man. It'll take you down. I don't know if y'all can see this. I got a Land Before Time shirt. Can y'all see the Land Before Time? Can y'all see it? Y'all can't see it if you're listening to me, but the people watching can see it. You know what I'm saying? Episode 100000100. Episode 1000. I am Thaddeus Shade. This is the Odd Nerd Podcast. There are some things that are happening in the world where I think I could come in and provide just a pinch of something else to look at and to listen to. I'm not saying that I could provide much laughter and so much joy that you forget about all the things that are happening in the world and the gas prices and stuff. But I think I could provide just a little sprinkle of joy. The gig keeps me young. Now, if you don't know what I do, I get a little chump change from the social media, adds to the pot, but I'm a veteran in the nightlife profession. Okay? Now, nightlife promoter just makes you feel, it sounds a little bit more nice. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody will hold the elevator open for you. So, oh, there's a nightlife promoter. I'm going to hold the elevator open. The elevator open for this guy. It's a little bit more clean to say, but I'm a promoter to simplify it. You know, been doing it for a long time. Made some good ducats, make some good ducats. The ducats, the shillings that I put in my pocket, but it keeps me young and learning about the youth, right? That are below me, you know, and it's cool to see, and it's also horrifying to see how the younger generation interacts with themselves. Man, I used to be outside. I used to walk 40 miles in the snow to get to the school just to find out that the school was closed. I used to walk 40 miles back home in the snow after I found out that the school closed, just to find out that the power was turned off at home and it was cold. 40 miles. That really wasn't what the 1900s were like. The 1990s was, it wasn't like that, but it feels like it, I guess, because it was a long time ago. It feels like it was a long time ago, but it wasn't long. But to watch them interact, you know, the days of joy of getting a lovely female's number with a pen and pad was terrifying, but it was a lovely, lovely feeling of joy. It was a joy. You hit the mall with your fam, you hit the mall with your boys, and then you would see something special, and you would almost slow-mo run to her. or you had to beat your boys before they go over and talk to her. They was like, nah, I'm about to go get that number. Nah, I'm about to go get that. Nah, I'm about to go get it. You had to beat them off. Everybody, you had to just go. And you would go. And where I'm from, like, when they built this mall, it was Independence Mall. When they built this mall, it was more in the white area. So, you know, we was hood kids, hood teens, and you know, and we would go out to this area and we see, you know, we see different women than what we're not used to seeing. And so imagine the heart that it takes for these two different, you know, people from two different places. You know, you got the woman that's probably in a very white suburban area, and then you got the black kid, and he's coming from the ghetto. He's from the ghetto side of the city. He's from the ghetto. And then you would go, and then you would meet in this area of shopping, and it was nice and it was new. And so you had the mental fortitude, the gumption, the balls, the kahunas to go up and then get the number. Like that, it took a lot, right? That took a lot of hoo-hoo. That took a lot of to do that. And you could take an L. You could take an L because it's as if. You could get hit with an as if, because, you know, it's different time at time and it's different time, you know what I'm saying? But they were still, you know, high uppity. It was a little different, but they were still high uppity, and you could get shot down in the very whitest of ways, and it could really hurt because you didn't know what the really whitest of ways was. What's this wording of as if or yuck and all that shit? You didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? You used to a certain type of turn down. You know, nigga, get away from, you know what I'm saying? You used to a certain type of aggression when you got rejected from, you know, people that was in your own community. If you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? And it took a lot to do it. It took a lot of heart. Take that L like that. I got a Land Before Time shirt. I just want to say it again, Land Before Time. It take a lot of heart to, you know, to do that and take that L, but it was fun because you had to really up your mental thought. You had to really get in the game and figure out how I'm going to try to approach this and get in contact with this human, how I'm going to get this human's contact number, and how I'm going, what type of language and wordage I'm going to use to be like, to woo, seduce, to boo, and then I'm going to get her number. And I got to go back to my boys with victory. I got to go back to my boys with a loss, and they going to poke fun at your boy. And you just, human interaction. Human interaction. You try that now. Even as my grand wizard timetry, if I pulled up to a target, and I tried that, might mace me because they're not used to it. Even the people from my time now, they're not used to it. It's all apps and DMs and messages and shit. The woman might be a little bit thrown. Oh shit. She might remember the joint. You know what I'm saying? But they're not used to that. The interaction between humans is crazy. So I get a chance to do my job to watch them interact, and it's oil and water. It's oil and water is really different. It's interesting. I don't really think there's no smooth lines. You got to have a smooth line. You know what I'm saying? You have to... I don't even got one in my hip pocket, but you had to be able to, you know what I'm saying? When you had to be quick on your toes. You had to be Emmitt Smith. You had to be Barry Sanders. You had to be quick on your toes. You had to be quick on your feet when you're dealing, you know, when your human interaction is live in person, and you got an audience back there watching you to see if you're going to succeed. And she may have an audience watching you, and you just, whoo, the pressure was high. Pressure was high. It's Mission Impossible falling down from the string to the glass. He almost touched it. The alarm almost go off. Whew. Pressure is high. Even my, you know, starting the club days, you still high interaction. Offering to buy a drink. I don't even, these young cats don't even do that though. They don't even, it's, tables is wild too, because they be at the tables and they be like, nah, it's my liquor. And they really shaky on sharing the liquor with the ladies. Really shaky on buying drinks for the ladies. They don't even approach. They be so with they boys that if you pour gasoline on everybody's elbow, they all catch fire because that's how close they be. Oh, no, I was looking for my man coming out of the comic book drop, but I think I switched it out for Dewey. Let's go. But yeah, so they don't even. There's not a lot of conversation. There's no smoothness. You know, I just get a chance to observe. I'm an observer. I don't really. Even in doing my job, I don't party. I don't really like party hard. I don't get out there and sweat. I'm not in your face. I'm not hitting the tequila. I'm not hitting the Don Julio. I'm not hitting the Terramana. I'm not hitting those things. But I'm an observer, and my people's. I'm gonna take care of you. Like, hey, you want something to drink? Go. But I'm an observer. I like to watch, and I'm like, oh shit, there may not be any kids popping up soon. They say America's getting older. China's really supposed to be getting older. Like, they're old, right? But America's getting older, but nobody fucking and having kids because ain't nobody talking to each other. They ain't got the gentleman, the men ain't got the gentleman's charm no more. You know, you just watch it. It's like Thailand traffic. It's just barely missing each other and look like it's about to crash, and they just barely it's not what if you just come out with me and you watch, you be like, oh shit, this is destructive. This is scary to watch, the human interaction, but it keeps me young. I learn I'm talking to my boy Craig Visions yesterday. He used the word Riz, and I almost hung up on him because we are damn near at the pearling gates, and he shouldn't be using Riz, and he used it, and I heard it. I be hearing it. Type shit, I hear all the type shit, and I be like, wait, are we typing the word shit? I'll be lost, man. But then I learn these things. The young folks keep me schooled up, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's like I'm LeBron James in what I do. Not calling myself LeBron James promoting, but I could. I could call myself LeBron James. But what I'm saying is, I'm still in the game. So it's the same thing LeBron's probably experiencing, the same thing Steph is experiencing. The young folks come in the gym and they come in the locker room and they saying new words and they doing dances, and your body won't let you do the dance. Your brain don't even want to let you say the words, but you pick up a couple. You say, wait a minute, Shook is ours, man. We had Shook. Vibe is ours. We had Vibe. Y'all just take there's words out there y'all using that we already had, but there's words you get, you be like, 10 on 2. I can't think. So I can't. 10 on 2, right? It feels like it's ours. Somewhere there was a Mississippi mechanic. There's a Mississippi mechanic who was working on a car, and his baby mama pulled up. He about 52. His baby, I guess he can't be 52 with a baby mama, but you get the idea. Pulled up on, he working on a carburetor. He working real hard, and she come over talking about, we ain't got no milk. We ain't got no milk. Oh my God, we ain't got no milk. And he like, man, you putting 10 on 2. I be feeling like that's our shit. Somewhere deep, and that's somebody pulled that out, and we already been using that. But they be saying 10 on 2, and I'm like, I like 10 on 2. I don't want to give them credit for giving me something, but I think the young folks, the 10 on 2, I like to use. I use that any time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you came too quick. I bet you putting 10 on 2. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come that fast. You came too quick. Why you putting 10 on 2? I ain't come quick. I gave you the best. Giving you the best that I got. Baby, I gave you everything I got. Don't try to play me like I came quick. I gave you 10 on. You don't do that 10 on 2 to me. Liars, and more liars. Episode 100. Let's kick that. You know what? Because I'm a G, I'm gonna keep rolling. I was gonna do something and I was gonna add something in, and I was thinking about I was gonna do it. I was gonna keep it rolling because I'm gangster like that. But I was on the internet, man, and I want to say, I've always talked about this in previous episodes. I talk about this all the time. The internet should not be a place that you believe everything. You should not believe everything, especially your timelines. Your timelines are designed to keep you in a box, man, keep you happy, keep you put. This is what you like. This is what you want to read about. You want to read about politics. You want to be all about the politics. This is what you want. I'm going to give it to you. And you should never, let me get a sip of this black coffee because it's horrible. Stir it up. And you should believe everything, man. It's designed to keep you happy. It's designed to keep you in your box. And a big part of that is I was on there and I looked up and I had seen that there were cocaine cocaine found in shrimp. I was like, damn, in England. I was like, damn, cocaine found in shrimp? How do you find cocaine in shrimp, ladies and gentlemen? Well, there was a couple of researchers, and I guess they're called freshwater shrimp. Now, again, this is shit that I'm not supposed to know, but I'm believing immediately when I see the title. I'm like, oh, it's from Complex posted it. I said, oh, shit, it's cocaine and shrimp. I said, oh, shit, cocaine and shrimp. That's crazy. So then I'm like, well, let me do a little research on it because that's wild. I don't eat shrimp. I'm a veganistic, right? And so when I do my research, I find out that it's just freshwater shrimp. Now, let me just say, this isn't the shrimp that you eat, but it's interesting stuff, so stay with me here. Freshwater shrimp is found in rivers, the bottom of rivers. They call them filters, they call them scavengers. They absorb everything in the water, right? And what happens is when people do drugs or they take medication, they take massive shits. When they take massive shits, you know, it goes into treatment centers and the water treatment plants. They don't do really a good job of getting all of the drugs out. So it goes back into the rivers and the waters, and then it rains, and the rains get the chemicals from the street, and that also goes into the sewage system, and that's supposed to get treated. It doesn't get cleaned out that well. And then the shrimp, I forgot the name of the shrimp. What's the name? The shrimp, or the fuck, the gamma shrimpers, gamma something. They absorb everything in the water. So they was able to find shrimp. Now it's not. They said it. You know, when the research I did, they said it's not enough to get you high. It's not even enough to do nothing to your system, but it's not enough to get you high. But they still found cocaine, man. You know, somewhere, Scarface is like, I can't even. I was going to do a fucked up voice. I did my job. Somewhere, Scarface is like, I did my job. And it's a part of the thing that I'm saying when you see these titles of news that if you don't dig in there and you don't do your own research, you can get lost. I mean, they found ketamine in these shrimp, you know, banned pesticides in these shrimp, cocaine in these shrimps, prescription meds in these shrimps. It's like, it also goes to show you that doomed. Me and my boy Craig Visions, we talking yesterday, and you think about cavemen and just men in general, just humans in general, that time, and you can keep going. You can keep going. You know what I'm saying? All the way up to Oregon Trail times. You can keep going. You know, shit took them out, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that, you know, allergies and bullshit, I bought a spray yesterday made by Clorox, and it's just, I spray it in the air, and it's supposed to take care of like pet dander and fucking pollen and all types of stuff, because I don't want to be in here hot chewing. Hot chewing. I don't want to be in here hot chewing. So I was like, I bought the spray. I was like, oh, this is cool. I have a air purifier. Who would have thought from the streets of Kansas City, Missouri, that I would end up with an air purifier in my crib, an expensive one at that? I never even thought about that as a kid to teen to a young adult. I was like, I don't need a fucking air purifier. I'm fucking G, fucking gangster. But I look up, I have one. The diffuser is blowing, all to keep the air clean. I was like, man, and we were talking about it's like, it's no way that they were giving about pollen. I feel like their system was built to handle pollen. They were shields of armor built to handle pet dander. I mean, if they had pets, T-Rex dander. It's probably a little too far back, but systems was built. I talked about Oregon Trail a couple episodes back, and yeah, they're shit that they were dying from in that game. We're not getting kicked over, but I'm sure they're like, you guys are pussies, man. The Oregon Trail people that existed, like, you know, I'm not saying is in the game. People in the game, if I was Ready Player One, then I could use the game tactic, because the movie was, anyway, you guys see the movie. And I'm sure that they'd be like, man, y'all soft. You folks is mad soft. And I feel like there's some truth to that. But also, if you pick up somebody from even the 50s or the 60s, you drop them off and they go to your faucet here in Arizona and they go to your sink and they want to get some water and drink that water, they're going to melt away. They're going to melt away. When I was back home, man, in the 1900s, I was drinking out of the water hose and it was fantastic. This had to be the same water that Jesus was washing his hair in, man. This water hose water was meant to replenish. It had its own electrolytes, magnesium in it, its own flavor to it. It was glory. It's what I imagine when I hear the gates of, oh, that's what it was. Man, Midwest, the humidity, 90 degrees, humid. You've been running around playing ball, running up a hill, jumping, tackling motherfuckers and being chased by dogs and running from the police, maybe stealing some shit. You're just doing a bunch of outdoor activities. And you go with your boys to somebody's crib who got a water hose and the water hose is hot as a motherfucker and you got to be careful because it'll burn your mouth. But you couldn't wait to get your hand. You just got to give it a couple of seconds. Let it come out. Let it come out, let it come out, let it come out, let it come out, let it come out. Oh, there it is. The temperature's right. And then you would have a line. And I feel like other kids from around the neighborhood would be like, wait, somebody drinking some water hose water. And they would come out the crib and they'd be like, there it is right there. And they would all run down. You have a line at your house and everybody trying to get some water hose water because it's the best water ever created and existed was water hose water. It did so much for the joy of life. And I didn't appreciate it at the time. I didn't know what type of water I was drinking. Now I go and I see all these videos and all my water that I drink is shit. Gatorade water, shit. Essential water, shit. Found out Fiji water, shit. Costco water, Kirkland water was good, but it's in a plastic bottle. It's got microplastics. I can't drink it. Everything that is fucking built to be better fucking kills. I got 2 skillets I got to get rid of. Because it's the non-stick. And you know the chemicals, and you see scrapings, you say, see, I was supposed to go get me a cast iron skillet, and it's got the scrapings off, and I can't enjoy it. I can't even cook my Beyond Meat on it anymore because I'm getting death from the pan. Death from the pan while trying to eat healthy. Do you understand what that means? I'm getting death from the pan while trying to eat healthy. Not saying that Beyond Meat is supposed to be the healthiest. I'm just saying for me, as a plant guy, I want some treat, and I want to put it on there. As when I'm living my healthy life, I want to put it on the skillet, and I want to hook something up. I can't even put it on the skillet, hook something up, because when I'm flipping, y'all don't know who Emerald is, but when I'm hitting them with the Emerald, and I'm flipping my burger, right, when I'm flipping my burger, and then I see my burger go up in the air, I say, that's a cool flip right there, and my patty is flipping. And I look down at the skillet while I'm still in the air because I got the skill to do that. I look down and I see the scrapings. I say, oh, I'm dying. And then the burger lands right on the open gash wound right there that's on the skillet. And now I'm realizing I got to get it. I had a cast iron skillet. I don't know what happened to my cast iron skillet. I moved, and it's hard to just misplace a cast iron skillet because they meant for beating ass, protecting you from bullets, and cooking food. You know what I'm saying? But all the shit that I used to enjoy, like fucking water hose water, you can't enjoy. All the water is deadly. It's not a drop of water you can't enjoy. It's deadly. I seen they had put somebody in jail because he was collecting rainwater. He was just getting rainwater. That's just God's water. That's it. That's just God's water. He was collecting it. They put him in jail for it. He said, I'm just getting some of God's water. They said, oh, that ain't God's water. That's all water. We got to put you in jail for that. You don't own that water. You can't get into that water. That's God's water. That ain't God's water. That's all water. I'm going to put you in jail for that. Everything that I enjoy. I don't even know where I was at with this, but everything I enjoy, it's dangerous. I am the odd nerd. This is that shade. We squish people. Yeah, so looking at shrimp just filled with shit, you know, water all fried up, skillets are, you know, and then I'm looking at, I'm just going now. I'm off track, so you just got to bear with me. This is what happens. I just boom out I'm looking at air fryers. And let me tell you something about my air fryer, man. All right. My air fryer for a motherfucker who can't cook. I'm only gonna be able to survive because I got a savage instinct. Because I'm a savage. I got savage instinct. When the zombie apocalypse apparently happens when I'm probably gonna be like 60, and then I'm gonna have like a good 4 or 5 years of good, strong, like survival. They're gonna be like, man, that old nigga, we gotta keep that old nigga with us for about 4 or 5 years. He gonna be good. Cause I'm still gonna be able to gut a zombie, hit that motherfucker with a Tai Chi elbow, right? Karate chop, stab Daryl from Walking Dead, take care of that motherfucker, and then I'm gonna be able to run the group. I'm either gonna be leader or I'm gonna be second in command because sometimes I don't like all the responsibility, but I'm gonna be good. So when the zombie apocalypse come, I'm gonna be good. I got the instincts for it. I got the instincts. I got the savagery in it for me. But just regular life shit, I need my air fryer. It's just the truth. I need my air fryer. I ain't shit without my air fryer, man. And then you start seeing the videos, man. Remember what I was telling you, bro. You got to go do your own research. And when I go do my own research, bro, and I see that, yeah, it's true about the air fryers and the metals and the plastics or whatever the fuck they use, the chemicals they use inside the air fryers is true, man. And then you start seeing the glass one all over the place. And I'm like, I got to get me a glass one. But I don't want to retire my Ninja dual joint. Man, me and my Ninja dual joint, it done provided me with all the harsh chemicals possible, but the food was so good because I can only cook to survive, man. I'm not going to give you something where you like, goddamn, I'm not going to give you that. That's not what I got in me. I can only cook to survive. You come over, if a woman come over my house, she says, you going to cook for me? I say, yep, she's going to hear 3, 2, 2, 2. And that motherfucker going to be done, and she gonna hear zzz, and then gonna be like beep, that motherfucker done, and you going microwave door, air fryer, pull up, and I'm putting it on the plate, and all I got is slap your mama some garlic sauce. That's what I got for you. That's how I survive. That's what I do. That's what I live. I'm single, man. I'm a man. I live like a man. Me and my dog Winston, we live together. That nigga get a little treat here and now and then, but he get what he get. I get what I get. And we survive and we watch TV shows together. That's what we do. You come over here looking for a real meal, you at the wrong place until DoorDash show up. And it's probably going to be lukewarm because we all know that DoorDash drivers don't know how to keep your shit warm. The truth, ladies and gentlemen. But I see it and I got to get the glass air fryer now. I got to get the glass air fryer. Because everything kills you. And now when it's funny, if you notice, the industries are so good at noticing what's happening that they jump right on. I was in Target yesterday. No, I don't know about what we're supposed to be doing. I'm just there now. Fuck all the rules, right? But I'm there and I'm shopping, and I'm like, my boy GQ Davion just got all the glass Tupperware. He asked me yesterday, he's like, oh man, you want this plastic Tupperware? I said, nigga, I know about the plastic. I don't want plastic. Nadia, who I work with, she told me this is about a month and a half ago. I was like, I think she had her own little, maybe like a hydro flask or something like that, and she was drinking water. And I was like, oh, and I didn't notice at the time. And I was like, you want a bottle of water? We was at a meeting. I was like, you want a bottle of water? She's like, no, water. I said, this is good water though. But she said, look at it's in the bottle. It's the plastic. I said, God damn it. This Kirkland, though. The Kirkland water had 100 on 100 out the app. How much can you believe in the app that says the Kirkland water is 100 on 100? Did Kirkland pay the app people to be like, make it 100 out of 100? All of it needs to be challenged. All of it, you need to think like that. The information that I get, do I believe it? Anyway, she had her own shit. I ended up drinking the water anyway. But GQ bought all glassware. And if you look, it's nothing but glassware out, Tupperware, glass Tupperware, all in your shit. The industry be on it, man. They run the system. So when you look, I'm not saying this ain't for you to look at me like Woody Harrelson's character from 2012. You ain't supposed to look at me like that. I don't have all that shit in me. I don't have all the, the aliens coming down here riding rhinoceros backs and shit like that. I don't have that shit. I don't have that in me. I have it in my thoughts, but I'm not sharing that with you because I don't want nobody showing up my door with the neuralizer. And I'm like, You know what I'm saying? I'm caught off guard. That's not what I'm here for. But what I'm here is to talk about little big things that I can get away with without somebody popping up with an email talking about, hey, you better chill the fuck out. We're going to smoke the rest of your family out. We're going to kill Winston. Say, how you know about my dog? We know everything. And then the email just disappear randomly. I don't want that. But the industry runs they just know, they see it and they like, okay, put it in their faces. Shove it all in their faces. Because I was about to buy me some glass Tupperware and I realized, I don't even cook like that. I don't even cook like that to have some Tupperware. I realized I had just seen that Ziploc bags is hella poisonous. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is not on script. We are gone now. I'm just on some shit. Ziploc bags. Poisonous, man. Ziploc bags. My mama was using Ziploc bags since Ziploc bags was made, son. You know what being put in Ziploc bags, nigga? We put fucking tools in Ziploc bags, motherfucking grapes in Ziploc bags, motherfucking steaks in Ziploc bags, leftovers in Ziploc bags. You understand what I'm saying? We've been using Ziploc bags forever. You know how long we've been putting that plastic in my body? Plastic Ziploc bags, we've been running that shit, cuz. You can't do shit, man. Everything fries you out, bro. You can't. I'm waiting on the air tax. I'm waiting on the air tax, man. There's an air tax coming. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, for clean air, it's going to be a little thing you can put in your nose, right? You could breathe the regular air, right? They're going to eventually come out and they're going to tell you that the regular air is cool. It's all right. You can breathe it, but it's cutting your lifespan by 10 years. But you can put this in your nose, and you can live 150 years. And this is the real oxygen. This is the real oxygen. They're going to start charging for the real. It's some Black Mirror shit. Charging for, speaking of, see, when I had a Black Mirror episode. Oh, this is a little, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this out loud, but I was talking to Visions, and then we talking about Michael Jackson and how we just were so mean to Mike. So mean to Mike. And I had watched a video of Mike doing this speech, and he was talking about how he didn't really know how the world seen him, and it was really, really hurt him. And so he's giving a speech and he's talking about that. And the great Mike, and we just blast Mike. You know, Macaulay Culkin said, man, Mike was cool, man. We had a great time. All the other kids, we was cool, man. We had a good time. And you just, not like that, like a real human good time. Just a motherfucker in a dope-ass place and some Disneyland shit having a good time. And, you know, we have all these views of Mike. Now, I'm not there. I don't know them, but I just choose to believe that, man, I don't believe Mike was being a weirdo, right? Oh, shit. Oh, they about to kill me. Okay, whatever, fuck you. And so we was talking about it, and they kind of talked. There were some hints of like, there's some things floating. So you got to believe what you got to believe, right? There's some things floating that maybe Mike had saved a couple kids from going to the island. I'm not saying no island names. I'm just saying there's an island out there that they saying that Mike was saving some kids. Mike saved a couple from going to the island. Now, the episode-ish is, here's this big pop star who knows, you know, about an island. And here he is being smoked out for supposedly being weird with the kids. And all he's actually been doing the whole time is saving them from the island. He like deeply knows. Deeply knows. And you can go on. I had went on and on, but some of this shit I'm just not gonna say. I told you I don't push it too far. This for fun. This for fun, right? Because I don't push it too far. You get that email, or you get, you know, I always be worried about what if my podcasts pop off. I always be worried about what if my podcasts pop off, and then the politicians come, but we want to run some ads on your shit. Like president, I'm gonna run some ads on your shit, and I'm like, no, I don't really want to do that. They're like, you should really let us run ads. You should really be on our side. I don't ever want to hear that tone. I don't ever want that message. I just pack my shit up and say, y'all can have this shit. I don't want it no more, because I'm not a big politics guy, all that shit. I don't want none of that shit. I don't ever want to cross the line to where, like I said, they control it with the neuralizer, pop, 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 pop. And now I'm, you know what I'm saying? I done went from Thaddeus to Mike, you know, Mike James. And now I believe that, you know what? I there's a lot of times I stop myself from my dark. Now, if I'm on the phone with my boys, I'd have took this so far. My dark humor game is so far. Like Ready or Not, it's got like dark humor. Ready or Not 2, by the way, go see it. But it's a really good sequel. But I got dark humor. Like, ooh. If they play my phone recordings with my boys, I no longer be able to exist because the shit that I say, now, the shit that I say it's dark humor. It's dark. They put me under canceled jail. They put me under that. I'm not even saying I'm big enough to be. They put me under that motherfucker though. I'm under that joint. Boy, there was a lot of things talked about. It's a lot of truth in all of this shit too. There's a lot of things talked about. I'm that shit is odd nerd. I'm a real nigga. Shrimp, cocaine and shrimp. What are we talking about? The U.S. Army increased the age from 35 to 42, and that brought me with a little bit of fear. I told you I'd be good in a zombie apocalypse. Any type of apocalyptic situation. Pluribus. I'm good. Right? You want to make me the last person, maybe the last 2 or 3 people, 7 people. In that situation, I am knocking down some cooch, just being real. But I'm also sensible. I want to get the world back right. But I'm going to knock down some cooch if I can. You know, there's a couple of celebrities that I would probably, there's a couple of celebrities that I'm gonna get that done first, and then I'm gonna get back to getting the world right. I have to tell her, like, you got to give me a second, get this out my system first. You know, give me some blue chews, and let me get this out. Give me a little Dewey. Give me a little couple blue chews. Let me get this out my system. I'm good there. You know, and I really do believe, women and children get on the boat first. That is in my man DNA. That's in my DNA. That's in my genes, man. Women and children get on the boat first. Remember Titanic? I know your name too because I don't like you from Tales from the Crypt. I think that's what the movie. I don't like you from that movie. I don't know if I like you. I don't know if I don't like you more from Titanic or Tales from the Crypt. I can't. You creep me out in Tales from the Crypt, but you're a piece of shit in Titanic. And I can't think of your name. That means you did your job right. And you're a great actor, by the way. I'm so sorry to disrespect you. But women and children get on the boat. You remember him in Titanic, though? Snatched up the kid. He can't be alone. He needs to be with me. Oh, and he just got on the boat and there's women and children around him. Nah, man. On the set, we put the women and children on the boat first. We ain't no pussies. We put them on the boat first, and then we figure out. Now, once I look around, once my eyes get to moving around, and I say, okay, I don't see a lot of women left. Now I can fraction the women down. I can get my math down. Now I can look at the math and say, well, we did do a lot of women and children. I can look if I'm on the Titanic. I'm looking over. Okay, well, it looks like I can look back on the boat. Oh, okay, the percentage is pretty, and I can switch modes, and now if there's 100% of women and children, right, and then if I feel like I got like 80% on the safety boats, and there's like 2 more boats left, now I'm smacking kids. Now I'm smacking women because I done did a good job of getting a lot of y'all on the boats. Now look, hold on now, because I done did a lot of work. I'm sweating as I got neck sweat. I did a lot of work. My physical about to start happening. I'm finna start getting physical. And I got to get them on the boat. I got to get myself on the boat. So Women and children get on the boat in that type of situation up to about 80%. Then I got to get on the boat myself. But him, he's a piece of shit. But that's my DNA. That's in my shit. Women and children get on the boat at least about 80 to 82%. And then I got to save myself, right? When I saw that the Army was 35 to 42, I thought this was them coming to get niggas for wars because shit's going on right now. Shit's popping off. And I said, well, hold on. I'm in that window. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'm in that window, right? And I didn't like that. Because now, this is my scenario, this is my vision, okay? When I become effective to the Army and just the military in general, when I become effective for y'all is when we at the scrapings. When you scraping the bottom for soldiers. Because that means that all the good ones, we done lost a lot of good ones, right? And we in a real situation. Basically, this it. And then that's when you come find me. You got to come pull me out the bunker and say, man, we down to like 17 of them left. I said, oh shit, that's all we got left? I'm going to check. That's all we got left. And then I'm going to come out and I'm going to put my Rambo bandana on and a little paint up under here. I won't last long because by that time, I done probably got fat sitting and hiding off of just stress. And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to help. Now, that's just that's how I look at the wars shit. Justified shit though, let's just say there's a race war. I'm on the front lines because my people have dealt with a lot. I'm on the front lines. That's just a really real. That's just a really real. I'm just telling you the truth. I could see a reason. Come on, let's go. Fuck it. It's too much. Too long, too much. Let's take out some kneecaps, bite some faces. Come on, let's go. But unjustly, wars is just because you don't really know the business of shit. You don't know what the business is. You don't know, nigga, you're trying to get some oil. You don't know if you're trying to get some diamonds. You don't know what's going on. You know, where are my diamonds? You don't know what's going on. That make you feel a little weird because most of the time you just sign up for military because you're like, man, they got some good benefits. I can learn some crafts, arts and crafts. You know, learn some skills, get in shape, meet some people, go travel the world, protect my country for the right reasons. When you get into the game of, is it the right reasons? Ladies and gentlemen, that age range got me. I said, oh shit. Y'all probably don't know MASH. I can't think of the character's name. I should call Visions on the phone because he knows his name. But there's a character on MASH. MASH is an old TV show, and MASH was my nightlight. MASH was my alarm clock when I was a wee lad to let me know that it was time to go sleep. And when I just do 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 do, hold on, here it comes. Do 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 do. And that motherfucker, when that intro came on, that let me know that it was sleepy time. But there were moments that my mom had went to sleep before MASH came on, because I think MASH came on about like 11:30 my time, because they had no, it was about 11, because Married with Children would come on after late night, and Married with Children would come on. I had to get my owl on. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my owl on, buddy. Yeah, I had to get my owl on. And I would watch Married with Children, Al Bundy, the beautiful Christina Applegate. My God, how you doing, Kelly Bundy? And I would get my laugh on, and then I'd be like, I'm getting sleepy. And then there'd be times, though, that I know my mom would be asleep because her TV be off. And I'd be like, all right, I'm going to stay up a little later than I want it. And I would watch MASH. I would give it a shot. And I mean, MASH was basically putting a kid inside of a white padded room with just a pencil. That's it. To me, that shit was boring as fuck. But there was a character on there. He made a wee lad, black lad laugh a couple times. And he would dress like a woman because his whole thing was to try to get out of the military, dressed like a woman. He's like, I'm a woman. I'm trying to get out of here. Well, that's me. That's me. You come knocking on my door for some unjust shit, I'm gonna give you a snap and Z formation. I'm gonna give you a snap. I'll give you a snap and Z formation. I'm gonna walk back in my kitchen. Tell you I'm in here making a cake, baking a cake with some cupcakes, and I'm gonna do a twirl in that bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Z bow. Come on in the kitchen, look at these baked goods, twirl, walk you back out my crib. I'm not going to do no shit for some shit I don't understand. Now you got me. Race war, signed up. I don't want that. We better not do that. Not in my lifetime. Wait till I'm gone. Don't do that at all. I'm sorry. See? Dark humor. Scrapings, meaning we getting our ass handed to me. You need me. We got to get our ass handed. I need to see on the sheet. I see all the rules lined up. It's like all the stuff you got to go, all that shit. And I need to see at the very bottom the reason why I'm big, bold words, getting our ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be like, okay, we running that. I got to get up there. There's some jokes, but there's a little truth in this. All right, there's a little bit of truth in this. What else I got to hear real quick before I continue? There it is. Let me get one more time. Okay, so, yeah. But I found out that that's not even really the case. They're basically saying they're allowing up 35 to 42. They're increasing it because, check this out, from 18 to 25, they're low on recruiting because of fitness, medical, and education. Now, I remember when I was in the mall, that same mall I told you about, this is the white mall, you know what I'm saying, where the more richer white people would go or suburban people would go. Just trying to give you a description. I'm blackety black from the hood where I was at. But I remember being about 18, 19, and Army dude comes up to us. He's talking. You know, they had a lot of pride. I forgot who was with me. It could have been my boy KB. I think it was probably KB. And he comes up, he's talking to us about joining, and was like, "Oh, I'm listening." You know, I'm hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm in basically a war every day in the ghetto. I'm in the war every day. I said, I'm listening. I think we both were listening. We were doing, KB was showing me how to do music at the time. KB is a fantastic rapper. And he was showing me how to do music at the time. So we was just doing shit, but here's the kicker. You ready? So he's telling us da-da-da-da-da-da. He's like, he asked, because we was black. Of course, he was white. He said, y'all finished high school? And we was both like, nope. And then we was like, oh, okay. Can't join. And he was out. I wish Jehovah's Witnesses was like that. Like you could just say like one word and they'd be like, ugh, yuck, and then go. I'm out of here. Yuck. Shoot. So what? This is disgusting. And I couldn't sign up. So the education part I get because I didn't finish high school. And if I was a dropout, I was gone, out of there. Right. And in fitness, I get it. 18 to 25 fitness is influencers all over the place. It's content creators all over the place. It's gamers all over the place. It's streamers all over the place. Fitness, all the motherfuckers is in shape. Like myself, I'm trying. Hold on now. Hold on. I may not look like I'm in shape. Let me tell y'all where I started from. I was at 305. I was at 305 pounds. Hold on. Let me tell you something. I was at 305 pounds, man. Started fasting, 18.6, bitch. Right? Got down to 265, bitch. Putting on muscle, motherfucker. I'm at 270, ho. You know what I'm saying? Right? So the fitness part I get, man. My generation, we was outside. We was running. I don't even know if they had us doing stretches and shit in PE class, fitness tests and stuff. I don't know if y'all do fitness tests anymore. I ain't got no kids. They don't know if they do fitness testing. We was playing dodgeball, real balls. We was running kickball, fall, dirt, bleeding. Nurse be like, you coming here for this? You coming here for this? This little scrape on the knee with a cigarette? You better get out of here. Nurse wasn't having it. Unless your leg was missing, the nurse wanted no part of you. Hell, my nurse, especially in elementary school, she didn't want to call my mama. If I came in there, I was like, I don't feel well. She like, look, you're going to have to figure this out because we know the rules when it comes to your mother. We don't bother her at work. You're going to have to, that bloody nose that you got, you just going to have to hope that bitch stop. We're not calling your mama. But they're having trouble because of fitness. But I can see why. Right? I can see why the fitness game. But you know, it's weird because you see all these reports, and I don't know, I think these are Gen Xers or Gen Z. So these are Gen Xers, I guess I would say, because a lot of it look like disease, man. They, you know, the drinking's down a little bit and they all in the gym. Now I just want to tell you this, that I don't think you're supposed to be hitting the sauce a lot. I'm an advocate for having a good time, as you know why. Hitting it. But I don't want you to get out there and be the triple alcoholic. I just want you to enjoy yourself a little bit. So come on out with me, have a little sippy sip. I got some Don Julio, some Terramana. You know what I'm saying? I had some people ask me for some vodka. I go, ooh, yuck. And then, I get them some vodka. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time. But primarily, it seems like everybody's in the gym where I'm from. Where I'm at now. It's hot all the time, so you want to try to look your best. So the gym, of course, is where everybody at. But it seems like that was the problem. So they had to raise the age up. And they was like, nah, man, let's raise the age up. I did the research on them while I was reading about it. And they were basically like, man, they got tech skills. They got discipline. They still be in shape. And it wasn't really for flying bullets at people. It was more about they could be in the medical field. They could be in, I forgot, what was that? What I said it was the medical field. Cyber roles and logistics in the medical field. Cyber roles. Now, that's where I belong. Hacking people shit? Man, look, if they said, man, look, we drafted people and they was like, hey, drafting, but we need people for cyber, and that's me. Logistics? Crunching numbers and shit? Breaking into people's Instagrams and shit? I don't know if that's what you need. They're like, no, man, we need some real cyber security stuff, man. Protect people from getting into the FBI database and all that shit. It's like, oh, I can do a little bit of that. And I can't do the full hack, but I can do a little bit of that. Do y'all know that, like, this is the beauty of doing your own podcast, because I hope y'all enjoyed this, because my brain is wild, and I love when I reach my mark and I know I've been in the zone, because I could actually keep going, but I got to save a lot of my brain work for next week because I'm in the zone. Episode 100. This is Thaddeus Shade. This is the Odd Nerd. Thank you for listening. Subscribe. Tell somebody about me, and make sure you have. We got it all recorded, baby. Peace. I have been on a Starbucks strike when it comes to tea, because these motherfuckers ain't got no honey. And I know about a month ago I was complaining about these some bitches not having no honey. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. I said it again. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. They ain't got no honey, man. I go there, they ain't never got no honey. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own medicine balls at the house, because I don't really drink tea, but I would tear a medicine ball up. I said, I'll make my own tea at the house. So then I go, right? And I'm like, okay, what is a medicine ball, right? I go look, and it's, what is that shit? It's like it's Tijuana, I don't know, Tijuana. I know that's where you get marijuana.